hello. Oh, Barbie. Hi, Barbie.
Hey, baby.
Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. It's so hot today.
Girl, do not talk to me about being hot.
It's 100 degrees in Chicago, girl.
And Chicago famously does not. She doesn't do that.
No, we don't get to 100.
We're
And you know what's...
we're a temperate climate because of the lake.
And you know what sucks? Because it's not really the heat that'll get you.
Don't do this.
It's the humidity.
Who is this for?
Welcome back to Boys Love, Cherry Magic episode 4.
Should I start?
There you go. I did the intro for you.
Thank you so much. RJ, I look different. Our nails are different.
Our nails look different. What's in my... What's
ZB1ness?
that? I did get married this weekend.
Are you wearing your Hauben bracelet
And I'm
too?
wearing my Hauben bracelet. We're also on our new
This
cameras.
has nothing to do with Cherry Magic.
We're also on our new camera, so you can zoom in on it. Wow. Okay.
I didn't like that.
Where
if
did
you
we
remember
last
from the
laugh?
end of the last episode, episode 3, Adachi and Kurosawa were on the roof, and Adachi goes, I would have been fine if you actually kissed me. I think I would have liked it. And Kurosawa is like, oh, okay, bet. And then just goes
He's like,
in.
well, then, if you know what that means.
I want... How dare you?
Dare you? Not on this show, girl.
Not on this show, girl.
This is Miss Chase.
That's Only Friends, honey.
Coming soon.
Oh, are you doing this now?
No, I'm just... Question mark, coming soon?
Maybe? Adachi is saved by the bell. His best
Phone?
friend, Tsuge, calls. And because he is like,
I shouldn't have doubted you.
I shouldn't have doubted you. I, too.
Call me Doubting Thomas. I shouldn't have doubted you.
Thank you. Okay, absolutely.
And just never mind.
Never mind, bye. Because he has this vision that Adachi is going to be like, why the fuck were you telling me what to do when you, girl, are also a virgin?
Fucking loser
You ain't
ass.
fucked nobody.
Loser ass.
You're right. We, the audience, know that that's not how Adachi would react, because I don't think Adachi has ever in his life reacted that way to anything.
But
Here's the thing about Tsuge.
so gay.
Tsuge is so gay, honey. And what I mean by that is everybody in the show is a green flag. Almost every character in the show is
Earnest core.
very sweet. I'm talking Adachi. I'm talking the inventor of the green flag, Kurosawa. I'm talking Betsy Ross herself formed the flag, Miss Fujisaki. Okay? Green flags everywhere. Everybody's great. Tsuge, even the delivery boy, I would say, is a green flag. Okay?
Achieving his dreams.
Right.
Idol.
I
Trainee.
love Office Twink. Green flag.
Yeah.
Okay. Tsuge is important for representation, and here's why.
This is so stupid.
Tsuge is insufferable. And there are many, unfortunately, insufferable gay people in the world. And while, that's not me, that's not my core,
Yeah.
I'm so
Supportive of that.
Adachi coded, obviously, that, everybody deserves to see themselves on screen. I can't, they are just very proud. There is a very specific type of gay person. Then that is who Tsuge is.
Is it too concerned with appearances? What is the crux of it, you think?
The crux of it is I know more than you do.
And also, you don't have to.
And also no one's
No one's
forcing you to know
Forcing
it.
you to
No
know
one's
me.
forcing you to have the answer. We were in line at KCON. Day 1. We were in line. And this woman decided, listen, RJ has a real jolly face. So people just ask RJ questions.
It's the Jollibee face.
And so this lady came up and was like, is this the line for blah,
For
blah,
meet
blah?
and greet. For
RJ
the wristband for the concert.
RJ had no idea, but with full conviction answered the question. I don't even know if you... I think you answered correctly.
I was like, yeah, this is like to get to everything. You have to go through security first to get
yeah. So you were wrong. Great.
Okay, we never...
No, it's fine.
No, I know.
But also, it's okay to say, oh, I'm not sure. I think this is just to get in. But you were like, oh, yeah, definitely. She walks away, and then he turns to the girls behind us and is like, I actually don't even know why I answered that, because I have no idea. Okay, so that's my point about Tsuge. This is why he is who I find the most...
It's like a harder sell for you.
Yeah, he is the hardest sell for me.
I think it is. Yeah, there is just like a strand of gay that is like... It's not even just like I have to be the center of attention, because I don't think...
No.
I mean, there is... That's not what Tsuge is giving. But it's just the...
He's giving introverted gay who like... I don't think thinks they're better, but just like feels like they just understand it all.
Oh, so they just feel like what their answer is always right, even though when they're wrong, they're like, "Well, I didn't know." And when someone is clearly telling them like, "No, you're wrong," you're just like, "No, no, it's right."
No, that's different. That's a different thing. It's a very different... What I'm saying is right. What you're saying is wrong. I find Tsuge very hard in that way. But I do like a lot of the physical comedy that this actor does.
Yeah. I mean, parallel physical comedies. Like when we get to the elevator.
Oh, for sure. So Adachi takes this phone call. He turns back around. They almost go up to kiss again. And then they get interrupted by...
Office Twink.
Rokaku. Dormammu. Stupid. It's for the Marvel girlies.
So they kind of just like call it. They're just like,
yeah,
let's go home.
We'll pretend like nothing happened.
And he like pats
him
his
on the back.
And what does he say in his thoughts?
I mean, he basically is just like, I'm not gonna give up.
I'm gonna make Adachi fall in love with me. Essentially.
That's so hot. I would have. Right then. Probably my number one favorite thing about the show is the physical comedy. This bit of like coming around the corner, seeing Kurosawa, and then like bouncing back is very funny.
But it's not next day. It's been 2 weeks.
Oh, I definitely missed that.
Yeah.
I was writing.
He said, it's been 2 weeks since I've been avoiding him. Which, like...
How do you do that at a job when you work in the... It's not even like...
you saw it. He hid under the table. He made sure that he wasn't in the elevator. He says he's avoiding being alone with him. That's what it was.
So he ends up in the elevator. And then we have this, like, split screen moment with Adachi and Tsuge. And they're both...
Going through it, girl.
Unwell.
Yeah.
That's the nicest way
Unraveling.
I can say.
A lot like when you came home from KCON, actually.
Can I just say the two the day we flew back Monday. I didn't do anything all day.
Yeah, we took that day off.
Right.
Yeah.
I went back to work Tuesday. I need to be cognizant that this is going into a public forum.
Yeah.
All I will say is that
you were not there.
I have had post-concert blues for like an hour, a couple hours, whatever. I've never had it where it's been like days later and I'm still thinking about it. And also, I mean, to be fair, KCON is like a 3-day
it's a
whole experience.
Yes, it's a weekend. It's a whole thing.
Truly, Tuesday was not good for me.
Yeah.
It was not good.
Yeah.
That has, again... Nothing to do with Cherry Magic.
It's just been a lot. We've been through a lot.
So he's beating his head in the elevator. Tsuge's beating his head on the bookcase.
It's so funny because Tsuge was like, well, I can't tell Adachi because I might hear his thoughts. And he's like, what a loser.
Then, so Adachi goes to lunch and he's sitting behind Fujisaki-san, who is top 5 female characters
ever
in a BL.
in a BL. Absolutely.
Period.
Absolutely.
She's the mother I never had. She's the sister anybody would want. She's the friend that everybody deserves. I don't know a better person. I don't know a better person. I'm not kidding. I love her so much.
Yeah.
I would watch anything this actress does.
Yeah.
I think she's completely
You
winning
know what?
in this role.
We can look it up because we have our phone.
We do.
She has this caring face.
Yes.
That literally, okay, spoiler alert. I don't know what happened. I think I'm in the same unwell place as you are, but I cried so much watching this episode.
You did. Roll the clip.
And genuinely crying because I couldn't believe the amount of kindness that was happening on the episode.
Yeah. It's a very sweet
Especially
episode.
from her.
Yes.
Because it's like that. It's the thing of like, you don't need to know what's going on to know what's going on. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is a person who probably just like comes in, does her work and is nice, but like clearly is seeing and picking up on everything that when Adachi hears, because women. So when Adachi hears her thoughts throughout the episode, it's like, it's just obvious. And for him, he probably like feels bad because of it, you know?
So it starts with they're at lunch and
They overhear.
They first of all, they sigh at the same time, and it's like kind of sweet. And
I love like that just small moment.
I know.
To like immediately tie you into like, this is the path that Adachi's going to be in today.
Yeah. It's also like so much of the show, really, what it boils down to is Adachi realizing other people's lives and that he's not the only one who's going through something. And I don't mean that in a negative way where he's very self-centered, but I think he's just so
scared,
in his head all the time that he can't realize that it's like the world isn't as scary as he thinks it is.
Yeah.
So she's having this like lunch with her like coworkers or whatever, and they're talking about how like her mom's coming into town. And what I found very interesting is if the show is about men at 30 who haven't men at 30 who haven't had a relationship yet in that way.
Yeah.
They turn into a wizard. They start to hear other people's thoughts. But like women have this pressure already thrust upon them literally by like family, society, like external forces. So I found it very interesting because I didn't notice this the last time. And I don't know if it's like, I'm sure it's like partially intentional, but I was fascinated by she is having a very similar experience to Adachi and Tsuge, except hers is
it's just life.
It's very forward.
Yeah.
Like she's so aware of it because her mom is like, well, when are you going to give me grandkids? Like, who are you seeing? Blah, 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 blah. And for men, that conversation happens somewhat.
Yeah.
But it is not.
There's no pressure to it.
There's no pressure in the same way.
Because it's like if you stay a bachelor all your life.
You're a confirmed bachelor.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, women and gender studies.
I just found it very interesting because the show isn't about that, but I thought it was cool. In the manga isn't about. It's about the two of that. It's about Adachi and Kurosawa. But I thought it was interesting the realization of like the parallel lives that are running.
Yeah.
So she, whatever. Women. So they like make a joke about like, oh, well, you should just ask Adachi to like pretend to be your boyfriend for a day and then listen, if it ends up working out, even better, blah, blah, blah. And she is like, haha. And he's like, what? So good. And then they end up at a bakery together.
Because what's his face asks him like to run an errand for the
the other guy, what's his name? The other coworker guy
behind Adachi.
The tall one.
But it seemed like, can you guys just get snacks for the office? That was the errand.
We have to get sweets for the next episode.
Oh, right.
So anyway, they go to this bakery or whatever, and they're standing and looking at the baked goods.
And
the croissant. the scone,
Eclair,
the Napoleon,
Madeleine,
the
Millefeuille.
they're looking at none of these things. They're probably looking at
little
cakes. And she's like, I love the way that she does not look at him when she says this. She's just like,
I know.
By the way, I'm not going to ask you to do that. So, and he's like, oh, okay. And it's very sweet. She knows he's like kind of uncomfortable. When is it? It's in the elevator, right? When he hears that she likes him. When does he hear?
No, it's here. When
it's here, right?
Gives
the bag. He offers to hold the bag, and she hands it to him, and he realizes that she likes him.
Because when she tells Adachi this, he is like, I don't think you should feel like pressured or anything, because like there's more to life than romance, basically.
Yes.
Like he's like, I consider myself like very fulfilled even without having romance or anything in my life.
Right. Which is a lie.
Because he's literally like thrust into romance and he doesn't know what to do with it. But
Yeah.
I think he's obviously saying that because it's like, he's thinking of like, before all of this, I was perfectly fine. I would have been perfectly happy just like being by myself.
Yeah.
Reading my little books, going to work.
I mean, okay, can we say what that is? That's Company. That's Bobby's realization in Company. Okay. Let's get gay. Let's get gay.
Let's get gay.
Here's a new logo. Let's get gay. So Bobby and Company, his whole thing is he goes through the whole show. All of his friends are couples.
And he's like, I need to be in a couple.
And he like thinks he needs to be in a relationship, but doesn't really know why other than like societal expectation. And then at the end, he sings Being Alive, which is his realization that the reason people put up with partnering, the reason that it causes so much stress, but also there's such highs and lows, is because it is more rewarding in Bobby's view. What he learns is that it's more rewarding to share your life with someone than to experience it solely alone.
Yeah.
And I think in a similar way, I think that's what Adachi slowly realizes throughout the show. Okay, so mark that off the gay list. We've talked about Sondheim. We've talked about women. We've talked about croissant.
So when she gives him the bag of the baked goods, that's when he overhears her thoughts saying, I really do like Adachi.
And who wouldn't?
Yeah.
Genuinely, I understand that he's like a little weird. I get that.
Yeah.
This is the sleeper. This is the one where you're like, clearly Kurosawa's incredible and everybody in the office has a crush on him. Everybody also, I am assuming everyone in this office also has a little crush on Adachi because they find him so cute.
So cute. Yes.
You're telling me Japanese girls don't like this man?
He's running around with bedhead.
Every day.
Every day.
He's never met a comb that worked. I love it. They leave and then he's in his own thoughts. She bumps into the Yakuza? Who are these people? What's going on?
It's just thugs.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. Adachi is like in his thoughts. He's like, well, I don't understand why she could like me, blah, 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 blah. Well, he's like, wow, I'm so popular now. But it doesn't feel...
I thought
it feels weird.
A girl liking me would give me butterflies in my stomach, and yet it doesn't.
Mama,
that's called being homosexual. I'm so happy that my discovery of my homosexuality was not late in life. If I had gotten to 30 years old and then realized that I was gay...
Oh, girl, you would never... If I realized it when I was 30, oh, girl. The money, the very dangerous things I probably would do to myself and my body. Girl.
So she bumps into these thugs.
And
they
like,
just start like messing with her.
Yeah. They're like, hey, cutie.
I don't love this.
No, because I think it could have been different, but I think obviously manga, like it's in there.
It feels
just like it's cartoon.
Stripped straight out from a cartoon.
It's
But I also don't
just
love it
feels
because
so-
I don't like a woman.
I don't like a woman
It's-
advocacy.
It's
I feel so
the
bad.
middle of the day.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Out in the open, girl?
On a bridge?
On a bridge? What are you talking about?
Where are we?
It just feels like she is the most not in that world.
Correct.
So it feels like by doing any sort of like violence to her, it feels so
Yeah.
out of place and
She
unnerving.
feels very vulnerable, which is
Yeah.
very scary. So they start to like mess with her. And so
Adachi
Adachi steps up
musters up like strength, but then obviously they push him aside too
because it's
because it's Adachi, and he's also scared. Like his thoughts have been like, I'm
Yes.
so scared.
I shouldn't have tried.
I shouldn't have tried. I
ex-
shouldn't have done anything.
extend myself further than what I can do.
So when they try to punch him, who comes and saves the day? Mr. Kurosawa.
So he blocks the punch. He like grabs the guy's eye. It's so
He grabs the guy's wrist and he's like, "Are my friends bothering you?" And it's like a
it's
tight
so funny.
grip.
Yeah.
Tight grip.
Tight. No. No.
No,
I'm not doing
not
that.
in this one.
Not in this one. That's for only friends.
That's for only friends. And so they run away.
So they run away. Fine. And then they just like leave as if nothing happened.
Yes,
which I
they're
also
like,
think
"I
is
hope you're
very
okay.
funny.
I hope you're okay." As Kurosawa walks as Fujisaki-san, and then she's like, "Okay, that I found butterflies, mama."
Okay, queen.
Like he fully queens out. He's just like, "Now wait a damn minute."
That is so hot.
Now-
I understand the whole thing is fucked up,
Do
right?
you have?
Men do not. We should not live in a
should not be
society
living
where
in a
men
society
feel
where
the
men-
need to have to save other people.
But also, men should
But also,
not.
I want a man to save me. I don't
Yeah.
know. The feminism is leaving my body in real time.
Save me, save me.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a fight or flight? Are you
Well, famously, it's not just fight or flight.
fight, flight? It's three. It's four.
It's 3. Fight, flight, or freeze.
You're freeze. I think.
I'm a freeze. Yeah.
I'm a flight, but I think of myself as a fight. But I've never.
One time, RJ was like,
But I've never had an opportunity
if
to
anyone
fight.
ever tried to hurt you,
I genuinely feel that way, Adam.
think-
if
I
anyone
think-
tries to hurt you, I would actually fight.
I think that's very sweet that you think that.
I really think I would.
I know, and I also think that years of watching WWE has really given you.
I would just do a spinning heel kick, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
and then go in for the stunner.
What is that?
It's like a cutter.
Like an uppercut?
No, you take their neck and then you. The one thing that Adam has 0.00
We're
interest
very similar in a lot of ways.
that I have an interest
this is
in
the
is
one
professional
thing-
wrestling.
To the point, and I listen, and that hold my hand. I love you. I have told this man I will never go to an event. I am not going to support that. I will support you doing this on your own.
But I will never see. I think you would love to see the girls. The girls are really cool.
And this is gonna be mean. The smell around me.
Yeah.
And that's where we leave that. Okay? We're moving on. So they get back to the office, and this is when Adachi realizes that he's actually has a wound, which cuts to Kurosawa and one of our favorite. Hold my hand. One of our favorite BL
Stations of the Cross. The tending of the wound. Amen.
And this is an iconic tending of the
Oh
wound.
yeah.
Mainly because the makeup department really popped off on the scab.
Okay.
This looks crazy.
The range of tending of wounds in BL is like
Okay, what's the worst from all the ones we've seen? Blah, blah, blah.
unconditional love story. Shingles.
Why did we have to?
Why
also,
did we
like,
have to
A,
do
you had shingles? That's
shingles?
crazy. Then why did you show it? Why did we get to see it multiple times? Who needed that?
Shingles?
I would have believed you were putting cream on shingles.
On a back. That's fine.
That's fine.
I don't need to see Miss Pussy Puss bumpy bump ass back. I don't need to see that. And Mama, you know what? Great job for
Pussy
this.
Puss bumpy bumpy ass back.
Yes. And you know what? Go off to Miss Makeup and Hairstyling for getting their little plaster. You know,
They did a great. I mean, they just.
It looked.
Also, you can so tell. This is like where makeup artists like really get excited to do stuff because
Yes,
it's
like-
like not the normal stuff they have to do.
Absolutely.
So they like go in a little bit harder than they probably need to. Listen, I'll believe that this man can hear other people's thoughts. There is no world in which they walked all the way back to the office and then he realized he has an open flesh.
Yeah.
And that is from simply falling on the ground.
Yeah, like falling on his hand, basically.
Yeah.
Before that, though, this is when they're in the elevator. And
Oh, yes.
Fujisaki-san-
Okay, again, he's in the elevator and still doesn't reckon. Hello? Okay, anyway.
Fujisaki-san is next to him and he hears her thoughts. And it's like, confirmed, it is a crush. And Adachi's feeling like, oh my God, I completely forgot about this. I don't have time for this. I don't have the energy. And she's like, it is confirmed that he likes him. And like,
Meaning Kurosawa Adachi.
yeah. And she is just staring at Kurosawa. And Kurosawa's like trying to look. I think he wants to look at Adachi.
Yes.
But also, it's just funny because I think he could be like, I think she's looking at me.
It's
It
so
could have
good.
been. It could be read.
It's very funny.
Ways, yeah. And that's when she kind of expresses that, like, who wouldn't love Adachi? Who wouldn't have a crush on Adachi?
I know.
And whatever happens,
this when you
I
started
crying? And then she was just like, I just want him to be happy, whether or not that is with Kurosawa.
This
or
is
not.
the craziest part of this whole thing. And I understand that Adachi is the protagonist of the show. He's the person we're following throughout the show. I understand he's the main character. I understand how narrative
plot
structures
works.
work.
Yeah.
Okay, so fuck off. The idea that this girl who like really barely knows Adachi, like they are colleagues at work, in her innermost thoughts, just wishes for him to be happy, no matter what that means.
No matter what it means.
And also the kindness of this world in which she's not phased by Kurosawa liking Adachi. I don't think it's necessarily like, I don't think it's like a, what's her name from New Employee who like reads BL. Like it doesn't give that energy per se. Kurosawa obviously is the like more masculine one of the two of them or whatever. But he treats Adachi with such kindness and sweetness. And it's not an issue that like Adachi wasn't able to perfectly stand up for
her. Yeah.
Fujisaki-san.
Right.
There was something so there's something so generous in this episode in the way that they all treat each other that really like touched me, actually. If you just want to clip that out, we can just forward it right on over to my therapist just to give her some homework.
What therapist, Adam?
This is the ongoing joke. My therapy is this show. And listen, you can pay for a therapist.
Or you can start a YouTube.
Or you can start a
channel.
YouTube channel and just stream, Vicky. You can get a subscription to Vicky and what's this one? Spaghetti?
Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll.
Spaghetti.
Crunchyroll. And Aichi, all of them. Adachi realizes that Kurosawa also feels a lot of anxiety that
First of all, ghosted for 2 weeks. Essentially. Don't ever do that, girls.
Don't for what? This man almost kissed you and now you're going to be like, oh, sorry, LOLJK.
Also, you work with him, girl. Don't shit where you eat.
Don't shit where you eat, girls. Don't do that. He like really takes in what people think. Mm-hmm. It isn't like, oh, I'm just listening to their thoughts. Like he actually like ruminates on what their thoughts are, which I think is very important.
Because ultimately, they're all teaching him something.
Correct. Because really, at the end of the day, this is a BL that's about personal growth and not even about the two
About
of them
the
getting
couple.
to the...
No. Because you could say, like, the story ends and if they don't end up together,
He still learned a valuable lesson.
Yeah.
But also, I think that's... I mean, I've talked about this before, but I think that's a big thing of, like, every, like, good romance, whatever, it's happily ever after.
Yeah.
Like, right? That's what everybody wants. Everybody wants the couple to end up together. But then we don't watch the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
And so you don't know if they are going to stay together forever. Or it's just going to be a whirlwind romance, or it's going to be whatever it is. And the where it ends is so you in your brain can decide whatever goes on for them past that point. And sometimes I think it's more interesting if I'm like, oh, it really does feel like this was a moment for the two of them, and maybe they like later on like separated from the path together, but that doesn't negate that relationship in any way.
Exactly. Because it's not even about a relationship. If a relationship doesn't end up working out, it's about what you learn from it.
Marriages do not fail. I feel very strongly about this, that marriages do not fail. Because while, yes, ideally, like, you are together for the rest of your lives, people also grow and change throughout their entire lives, and things happen that you cannot foresee at the age of whatever you get married at. And I realize I'm saying this right now.
To your husband.
And I think that, I don't even know why I'm getting into this, but there are some marriages obviously like end because like things were done.
Yeah.
Right? But I just think generally it's like a bad frame to be like, oh, they didn't, like, failure implies like somebody did there was something wrong.
Yeah.
Or like you didn't try hard enough. Like if you just tried a little bit harder. Like I think that framing is inherently incorrect.
Yeah. We've got to unlearn, girlies.
So anyway.
So he does, yes. So he feels anxious and bad. And that's when he hears Kurosawa's thoughts being like, maybe I need to like step off again. Which this is like, what, the third time we've heard him have these thoughts because of how Adachi like will retract all the time.
I mean, if I was Kurosawa, I probably would have been over it at this point.
Yeah, I think it'd be like, I think it's
after I went in to kiss him and then it didn't happen and then he ghosted me for 2 weeks, I'd be like, okay, it's pretty clear.
Yeah.
Pretty clear.
But Adachi still does show gratitude. Like he's like, thank you for helping me right now and for
saving me.
Saving me.
Saving my life. I wanted so bad in this moment for Adachi to go, do you want to get dinner?
I know.
I wanted it so
because I think
bad.
he keeps thinking that it has to be a big grand thing.
Yes.
And I think like it can just be like,
it can just be,
can I just like, do you want to get lunch tomorrow? Let's sit together for lunch tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
It's so
their little
sweet.
suits eating their little rice
bento box.
Oh,
Yeah.
bento.
Bento.
Dito. He sees Fujisaki-san again, and basically it's like, I'd still like to meet your mom, and she's like, no, you don't have to do that, and he's basically like, no, I want to meet. This is when you cried,
lost it.
Bawled. He's like, I want to meet your mom because I want her to know just how kind you are, and like basically like not how does he say it, like,
I'm not going to do it under the pretense that I'm your boyfriend.
Yeah.
But I would like to meet her to explain what a wonderful person that you are, and maybe all the things that she's concerned about she doesn't need to concern herself with because you are like a whole person.
Yeah, perfectly
on your own.
fine how you are right now.
And she very touching.
She gives this look. It's the same look that Kurosawa gets. It's all of their same looks when he tells them, obviously, like a response to what they were thinking, like what he overheard. Because like Kurosawa's given the same face, and even Rokaku in a little bit.
Yeah.
But for her specifically, it's fully just like, wow, like, oh.
It's a very kind, sweet, generous moment that he really doesn't have to do, and it wouldn't make him less appealing of a character, but it really reinforces that he is he is like at his core like a good person.
Yeah.
So they go into the office. They're finally back in, and Kurosawa is getting yelled at by this like head boss
A
man.
Gretzko boss's ass.
Very
Just
Gretzko energy. The big pig.
Yeah.
And they're like, what's going on? I can't believe Kurosawa's getting yelled at. This is crazy.
Yeah, Kurosawa's like apologizing and apologizing. But everyone's like, no one knows why he's so mad.
Right. And then Adachi decides it's my turn to save Kurosawa. And then that's where it ends.
So he like storms over there and then ends. Who's your MVP?
Oh, it's Fujisaki-san.
It's Miss Girl.
It's Miss Fujisaki-san. I hate to tell you. I don't even hate to tell you.
I would love to do a tier list of our favorite, or even just like a list, honestly, of our favorite secondary.
Favorite friends.
Yeah, favorite friends. Friends of
the pod.
Friends of the pod. And I love that she keeps coming back in future episodes as kind of just someone to help ground him a little bit.
Well, also, yeah, she's playing...
And the big payoff the huge payoff at the end of the series. Oh!
For her?
Yeah.
Wait, do I not remember?
She does the fireworks for them, remember?
Oh my god! That's right.
I can't wait.
Great show.
Great show.
Great show.
See ya.
See ya at the movies.
Discovering voices, building worlds. The Ampliverse.